Week 7 of the fantasy basketball season. And here's a few forwards I look to add this week. The first guy, Pat Connaughton of the Milwaukee Bucks. I've had mentioned him on and off so far this season as an ad, but I keep mentioning him because he's producing and he's out there still in 57% of fantasy leagues. So on the season here for Connaughton, 12.1 points a game, 5.1 rebounds, assists a game, 1 steal a game, and 2.7 threes a game, and 49% from the field. So the last few games here for Connaughton. November 22nd versus the Magic, 17 points, 6 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, 5 threes, 60% from the field. November 24th versus the Pistons, 11 points, 7 boards, an assist, a block, 3 threes, 50% from the field. And November 26th at the Denver Nuggets, a huge ball game for him, 20 points, 4 boards, a steal, a block, 4 threes, and 87% from the field. So right now, if you need three-point shooting, a solid field goal percentage, in my opinion, he has, and some rebounding, Connaughton is definitely worth an ad, in my opinion. And this Buck team, they've been playing great basketball after getting off to a slow start early in the season, winning 6 in a row. And Connaughton's definitely a big part of that, in my opinion. And he's playing about 25, 28 minutes a game. And he definitely can help fantasy owners. And I'd like him again as an ad this week. The next ad's Terrence Mann of the Los Angeles Clippers. A man here. He's been up and down this season so far with the Clippers, but obviously he's getting the playing time with Kawhi Leonard out probably for the whole regular season. On the season here for man, 9.8 points a game, 4.9 boards, 2.3 assists a game, 1.1 threes, and 45% from the field. So right here, he's playing about 20, 30-minute a game range. Here is Terrence Mann. So he's getting the opportunity, and there's going to be growing pains with him. Last season, we saw him go on a tear where he had a lot of big 20-plus point games here for the Clippers. But right now, it's just going to be hit or miss sometimes for Mann. But right now, he's available in 80% of fantasy leagues, and he could score the basketball, he could rebound, and he's just really got to improve his three-point shooting, because if he could get that down here, is Terrence Mann. He could be a guy scoring easily 12, 13 points a game with the extra points from 3. So the last few games for him, November 21st versus Dallas, 7 points, 4 boards, a 3, 50% from the field. November 23rd versus Dallas, 7 points, 2 boards, 2 assists, a steal, a 3, 40% from the field. And then the 26th versus Detroit, a huge ball game, 16 points, 10 boards, 2 steals, 2 assists, a 3, and 46% from the field. So right here, he's putting up some numbers, and he's showing what he can do when he gets that playing time. In that last game, he played 31 minutes versus the Pistons, and he had a nice double-double. So right here, like I said, available in 80% of fantasy leagues. There's going to be ups and downs with him, but he's got great potential, and he's still getting the playing time. So I would give him an ad this week. The next forward I'd look to add this week, Precious Achiuwa, the Toronto Raptors. So Achiuwa, it's been a pretty good season for him and a breakout type of year here for the former Miami Heat player. On the season, 8.3 points a game, 8.1 boards, 1.6 assists, 40% from the field. So you're not going to get three-point shooting from him, but you're going to get rebounding, you're going to get some assists, and even steals, I think, down the line. He's going to produce here as Achiuwa. So the last few games for him, November 21st at Golden State, 12 points, 8 boards, 3 assists, a 3, 55% from the field. November 24th, at the Grizzlies, 17 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, a steal, 3 threes, 63% from the field. And November 26th at the Pacers, 9 points, 7 boards, 2 assists, and 57% from the field. So right here, he's producing. But like I mentioned, he's not going to shoot the 3 ball really, even though he did hit 3 in that November 24th game at the Grizzlies. But he's going to be more of a putback guy, obviously driving to the hoop type of player with energy, and some rebounding and assists and steals. But right now, he qualifies at small forward, power forward, and center. And he's available in a widely amount of leagues at 74%. And he's definitely worth an ad, in my opinion, this week. The next forward I look to add this week, Green of the Denver Nuggets. Jeff Green, we know he's been on about 10 to 12 teams throughout his career. But hey, he's still a guy that's a veteran, and he still produces here for fantasy owners and the Denver Nuggets this season here. So on the season here for Jeff Green, 9.5 points a game, 2.6 rebounds, 1.1 assists, and 45% from the field. So he was never a great three-point shooter, but this guy always had the knack to score the basketball and give you other categories like steals, some assists here and there, and even blocking some shots. So the last few games here for Green, he's really taken off with extended playing time. November 21st at Phoenix, 19 points, 3 boards, a 360% from the field. November 23rd at the Trailblazers, 24 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, 3 blocks, 3 threes, 56% from the field. And November 26th versus the Bucks, 15 points, 4 boards, a steal, a block, and 3 threes, 60% from the field. So right here, Michael Porter, he's been out a while. We don't know when he's going to come back. But Jeff Green, for the most part, filling in for Porter and Gordon when was banged up a little as well early in the season. He's putting up numbers, and right now, if you need some scoring punch and some rebounding, Green's a great add in my opinion, and he's widely available in a whopping 91% of fantasy leagues. And the fifth and final forward I looked at this week, Cedi Osman of the Cleveland Cavaliers. So Osman, he's been fantasy relevant on and off for the last 3 or 4 seasons here. And this is another guy that he'll be hot for a few weeks and then he'll fizzle out and be dropped. But right now, this season, pretty decent numbers for Osman. 11.6 points a game, 2.9 rebounds, 1.6 assists, 2.5 threes a game, and 46% from the field. So this season, his three-point shooting has been more accurate and he's hitting more. Last year, 1.7, but the 2.5 this year has bumped up his scoring to 1.5 a game. And the last few games since he returned is Osman from a little bit of an injury. November 17th at Brooklyn, 11 points, 4 boards, an assist, a steal, 2 threes, 37% from the field. Then November 18th and the 22nd he was out. And then November 24th versus Phoenix, 23 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, a steal, 5 threes, 60% from the field. And then November 27th versus the Magic, 10 points, 6 boards, an assist, a steal, a block, 2 threes, and 27% from the field. So right here, he's scoring the basketball. He's going to help you in threes, help you in scoring, and the rebounding's pretty good as well, and he'll add 1 or 2 assists a game. So right here, if you need some of those categories, I think Osman's a decent add, and right now he's still available, though, in 77% of fantasy leagues. So that's a few forwards I look to add here for Week 7 of the fantasy basketball season.